one comment I hear over and over again is we didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming. The grocery industry didn't see it coming when Amazon suddenly jumps in their business and $25 billion in market cap gets wiped out overnight. There's an insurance company out in California, didn't see it coming. The effects of climate change and a raging wildfire pummels, destroys an entire town, Paradise, California. A friend of mine out in Boston didn't see it coming. He worked his way up the corporate ladder in the college textbook publishing industry, senior vice president. And he's running a $200 million business unit, staff of 20 people reporting to him. Things are going great. He's got a second home on the Cape. 2 of his 3 kids are in college. Everything is going well. But then all of a sudden, over a 3-year period, his sales began to drop. His whole entire industry, college textbooks, are suddenly upside down. And one afternoon, he's called into his boss's office, and he's told that his services are no longer needed. In today's world, we're either managing the future or the future is managing us.
Kraft Heinz stock is down 34%, with the CEO saying in an earnings call, "We've been too focused on the present. We need to work on the future." Futurist and innovation expert Robert Tucker helps you see it coming. He advises organizations in 54 countries on how to thrive and prosper in a time of hyper change.
A couple of months ago, when they called to invite me to speak at this celebration, I went home and told my wife. I said, "Did you ever in your wildest dreams think that this would happen?" And she said to me, "Well, you're not in my wildest dreams." I went on to become a futurist and an innovation expert, advising organizations all over the world. And perhaps because of this work, they've asked me to share a few ideas with you this afternoon about how to make the most of your future and your innovation journey ahead. So I want to talk with you about 3 things. And they all begin with the letter C: change, creativity, and courage. Dawn finally appeared, and I get up, I look around, and boom, there's my tent, 30 feet away. And I learned something that night in the Grand Teton Mountains that stuck with me ever since. I learned that conditions change rapidly when we're not prepared. And you can be close to your shelter, and it doesn't do you a bit of good. So this session is about your flashlight, ladies and gentlemen. This session is about your light on the world, because when you think about it, innovation is nothing more than a tool, just like a flashlight. Good morning, everybody. How are you? We got 3 tiers of people here. This is awesome.
Robert Tucker crisscrosses the globe, inspiring audiences to seize the opportunities in today's rapid changes. He is the author of 7 best-selling books, including Managing the Future, Driving Growth Through Innovation, and Innovation is Everybody's Business. His columns in Forbes.com are read by thousands of managers and leaders every month, and he's a frequent guest on PBS, Channel News Asia, CBS, and the CNBC program, The Business of Innovation.
We've got a lot of things to pay attention to. So I think right now, today, what you're seeing is they want to innovate. They know they need to innovate. They must innovate. But they have a lot of priorities on their plate that distract them from innovation. It's counterintuitive, but the best way to look ahead is to look backwards sometimes. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you can see. If you do this kind of thing in a different way and really pay attention to this trend watching thing, you will develop foresight. Your creativity is your #1 asset. It's something we don't think about, but creativity is not just for artists, it's for all of us. This is where it's at. This is where it's going to go over the next decade. I think it was the first time, not only was I on an open road driving, but it was a mountain road. I developed a little too much speed. And so I'm like, you know how I'm losing control, the car's starting to drive itself, and I'm over in the gravel, and there's this huge lift. And I'll never forget, my dad just kind of reaches over and starts maneuvering the car back. But he said something to me that I'll never forget. He said, "Steer the car, Robert, and look farther up the road." And so that's my encouragement to you, ladies and gentlemen. Steer the car and look farther up the road. And good luck managing the future. Thank you very much.